Good day, I'm Mike James, and today we're going to talk about cognitive memory bias, seeing the past through rose-colored glasses. Most importantly, why you think all those video games you played 10 or 15 years ago looked a lot better than they really do. How's everyone doing today? So glad you could join me. I do appreciate you watching. I've been getting I wouldn't say a lot, but several emails on Parkitect, and people are asking, hey, is it a fun game? Is it a good game? And they look at it, and it looks okay, but, why wouldn't I just play a completed game like Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 or 2? They look just as good, and, and they're finished, and you can get them for $4 or $5. Parkitect is right now $15. And it's astonishing, but I know what they're talking about. I've experienced this bias in my memory. You probably have heard of things like, false memories or implanted memories, where people remember things that never happened after several suggestive sessions with a psychologist or a hypnotist or whatever. What's important to know is that those old games, they didn't look as good as you remember them. They really didn't. And there's a very, very good scientific explanation for it. And that's that when you make a memory, memories aren't like a photograph. They're not like a video recording. Memories are dynamic. And one of the things that happens to your memories is things that you see afterwards. I mean, certainly things that you've already seen and experienced can influence your memories. That's why eyewitness testimony is just so gosh darn awful. Most people are very, very poor at actually remembering what actually happened. They let their own personal feelings and experience and excitement just color things. There are all kinds of shows and documentaries and papers. You can find them all over the internet about just how poor your memory really is. One of my favorite books, The Believing Brain by Michael Shermer, gives a lot of great examples about just how faulty the human mind, especially its memory, can be. Please, if you have any interest in this subject, go check it out. It's a great book. It's also available on Audible. Makes for a good listen. And this is what I'm talking about when I say cognitive memory bias with your old video games. When you see your old video games again, after you haven't played them for 10 or 15 years, it's a shock. You can be really surprised at just how bad they look. And you wonder, how did I ever think these graphics were great? Well, this is what's going on right now with people who see, Parkitect, and they say, hey, Roller Coaster Tycoon looked just as good. No, it didn't. It really, really didn't. You've been looking at Parkitect now for a little while. Let's bring up Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Yeah, that's it. Certainly great graphics for the time, but look at the people. The people in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 are just like a collection of 8 pixels. They make Mario look high res. Watch as the coaster goes up and around the curves. It doesn't do so smoothly. There are definite, tiling. I think they use just maybe 60 or 80 different angles for each coaster plane. Now, I love the planes on this, and I hope they put the similar thing in Parkitect. I'm sure they will. But watch as they go up around corners. You can see they just kind of jump from one angle to the other. Not smooth at all. Everything's dithery. It looks great for the time. but there is just no comparison. Parkitect looks a lot better. And Parkitect is no graphics tour de force. Parkitect is a very stylized graphics system, I guess. I don't know what to call it. It's a lot like Team Fortress. You know, Team Fortress isn't hyper-realistic graphics, but they look good, they're clean, they're sharp, and they're smooth. And that's what Parkitect has. Unfortunately, that's not what Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 have. I remember them looking so great when I played them. I spent countless hours, and I still putter around with them a little today, but I'll be honest, the interface is so clunky compared to what we have now. It's really hard, and this is one of the reasons that I was just so excited when I found Parkitect, because it has all the things I loved about the old Roller Coaster Tycoon games with a reasonable interface and really smooth, nice graphics. Now, the reason you think you remember graphics looking better than they actually did has a lot to do with the fact that every time you remember something, you overwrite it a little bit. And that's a scary thought. Some of your childhood memories may not be reality. You put faces on people as they are now. As you age, as your brother or sister or mother or father get older, when you think back on memories, you typically don't actually remember them the way they were then. You remember more the way they are now, or the way you perceive them now. And it's a lot more insidious than that. Just little small things will slowly creep in until the memory is kind of a mishmash of what you remember that's real and what you've kind of inserted that's not. It's one of the reasons when you go back to your childhood home, it looks so much smaller, because when you were a kid, everything looked bigger. And it wasn't just because you're smaller, it's because you had that sense of wonder and you were viewing things from a lower angle probably. But the most important thing to remember is when you're remembering these old video games, you're remembering the graphics through those rose-colored glasses. Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2, absolutely stunning games. Not like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 as well. But when you compare Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 graphics, the way they really are, to current graphics, in this case we're using Parkitect, there's absolutely no comparison. Tell me what you think. What games have you gone back to and gone, whoa, what happened? Send me an email, mikethinks@gmail.com, or leave me a comment down below. I do appreciate all of the subscriptions and the comments. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Until next time, have a good one.